Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to another Tactical Tuesday where we break down a little bit of what we find on the internet and just uh, re emphasize do's, don'ts, good, bad, thoughts, whatever. Again, I'm a huge proponent of people being out there training. Get your training in, always be training. It's the least you can do to give yourself that small bit of fighting chance, right? Because if you're not training, you're not doing anything, if you're not keeping your head in the game, then yeah, you're not gonna make it very far. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and watch this quick, very quick 10-second video, and then we're gonna break down everything we see in that just 10-second video that was posted. So this is from Existence 3 on TikTok. Quick shout out to them again. Keep training people. It's again, you have something you got to do. So let's watch the video really quick, and then we'll go over it. So it starts out with them going into a building, some sort of kill house. There's some music that goes along with it. I'm not going to play it for you, just so we can keep everything copacetic. All right, so that's it. A very short video. Like I said, 10 seconds of them just running through some quick pieces, and then yeah. So we're gonna break this down moment by moment, frame by frame. Unfortunately, we have this play button in front of us, so I apologize for that. But what do we see right off the get go? Right off the bat, we have a dude who is making entry into a doorway, and is he following those basic principles, right, of CQB? No. I mean, we can look at this and easily tell that muzzle and his eyes are nowhere where they should be, right? If he's actually scanning for targets right now, right, then that muzzle should be level to the deck, right? Like the weapon system should be level to the deck, right? For the most part, you like again we've talked about this before between dead spacing, keeping it level. You're going to give yourself that many more odds of engaging a target than having it at basically the low ready. You know what I mean? Like you can tell right now just by looking at this, I know exactly what's going through this guy's head. He is so focused on looking cool and like trying to bury into that deep corner that he's neglected everything else, right? Like this was not clear. You know what I mean? So he's just, oh, I'm gonna look cool going through this doorway, and I'm gonna dig in. Every chance you guys get to train is a moment for you guys to be perfecting something, right? And if you just sit there and run through the stuff and you game the game, you're gonna build bad habits, and that's going to lead to you having a bad day. So again, CQB not good for your health. You want to do it as safely as possible. So that starts with getting the fundamentals down correctly. So I'm gonna snag this really quick. See how he's going in. Oh man, there we go. My bad. So he starts to wheel around, right? His muzzle's still not aimed at anything that could be a target. Still not aimed at anything that could be a target. Still not aimed at anything. How many times can you say that fast? Aimed at anything that could be a target. He's fully in the fatal funnel right now, right? That muzzle, you can tell, is still buried down towards the deck. This is the other side of it, right? It's just now coming up. Even right there, unless that person's standing like 5 feet in front of them, he's not hitting anything. He's fully exposed. And like he's like running into the room, right? And now he's getting the weapon up in his shoulder, but he's like almost like looks like he's trying to sprint in. The guy behind him is not even looking really at the door, and then they cut to a different scene, which I imagine for a good reason. But the next portion, right? These two guys are going into like a hallway. It seems like in this, and they're the front guy's got this left guy has like the far like hallway, I guess that they have. But then this other guy is supposed to be clearing his two man's right side, right? But he's swim moving into that corner, right? As we come up, he's turning. Like, look, again, that muzzle, he cannot engage with whatever's in that corner. And both him and his two man are going through this, whatever entryway this is, right? So he's coming in. That muzzle's just maybe now getting to that deep corner, but they're both in. Like, they're both dead. If there's someone there, they're both dead, right? And we're not even going to start to talk about how, like, don't get me wrong, I get that not everyone is going to go out there and buy armor and buy all this and stuff. Like, I get that people like think it's sexy to run light and stuff, but if you're actually doing mount or like CQB work, like, all this fancy gear is cool. They spent, there's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in this setup, but they don't, not rocking armor. Like, you couldn't at least put in like a steel plate. You're running literally like an H harness, and that's it. That's a gear drop. That's all that fucking photo is. It's a giant gear drop. So this is the other angle, right? So he's coming in, and then of course, we're seeing the fucking C clamp. And yeah, so these guys go in, he C clamps and then has to push out because he's like short stocked, but like doesn't even really make that much sense. He literally just looking off base where they are. Probably didn't need to be because it's not like he was. Yeah, I don't even know. So this guy either crossed or button hooked. We don't even really know based on the video, but we do know that the guy behind him is clearing to the right. So we're assuming that they came from like, this side, right? So he's going in, right? Again, not in the right shoulder. Talked about this so many times. And he goes to clear this corner, right? And you can tell almost for this video by how far the other guy was, unless we don't have that great. I'll be honest, we don't have that good of an idea about how deep this room went or is. But like from the angle that the other guy gave us, right? Here, right? Does it look like this guy clears this corner? Does he actually get deep in there? I mean, yeah, visually, but if there was someone there behind something, like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it. It looks like a quick visual thing and gone. Eyes, muzzle, right? If you're clearing something, put it in the right shoulder. Get your eyes and muzzle there first before exposing your entire fucking body, and then move on. We have harped on this so many times. And I'm sure that we'll get more chances to harp on it. But again, make sure that when you guys are training, you are training to a standard. You are training in a way that fits your purpose, right? We've talked about this a million times. And you have to remember why you're doing what you're doing. You have to remember why you're training, whatever it is you're training to, right? If you are going to go out there and spend time and effort and resources, clearly they've spent some money on gear. If you're going to go out and do all those things, make sure that you're getting training from someone who knows what they're talking about, who isn't going to lead you down the wrong path, and is going to take your purpose into consideration, right? Because you going out there and learning, from whoever it is, if they're teaching you direct action tactics and the most realistic spot that you might actually be needing to use these types of skills is in that like shit hits the fan scenario or what have you, right? If you're not like SWAT, if you're not in the military, you really don't have any business performing direct action tactics for the most part. There's the odds are so slim of you actually doing any of those things. Don't get me wrong, they're good. They're a good tool to have, kind of, but realistically, they're leading you down the wrong path. So take that for what it's worth. I hope that this was insightful. I hope that this helps. I hope that people see this and take what I'm saying and kind of like find some way to work your purpose into your training. Right? You want to do things as safely as possible, and it's about making the right decisions. Yeah. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'll see you guys for Weapons Wednesday and Frag Out Friday later this month. And I know that I've been talking about the Thinking Out Live podcast. It is coming along. We've had some short delays, but we are like this close to getting everything completed so we can actually kick that off the ground again. Yeah, and I will see you guys later. As always, stay loose, battle on, and if you pitch in your heart,